I've chosen to do an all natural, unmedicated birth, and I've had so many people ask me why I've chosen to go this route, and so many people who are like, are you scared? Are you fearful? Like, why did you choose to go that route? And so today I'm sharing why I've decided to do an all natural birth. And if you're new here, I'm Naomi, a first time expecting mama, and I'm 38 weeks pregnant, almost 39 weeks, so baby girl could come at any point. But I've chosen to do an all natural birth, and I've known that I've wanted to do this for a really long time. Literally for several years, like even before getting pregnant. This is my husband and I's first baby, but I've known for a really long time that I wanted to go all natural. I've always been a pretty natural person when it comes to certain things. Like, I don't do my nails, this is my natural hair, I don't wear makeup, like the things that I eat are more natural. So I've always just kind of lived this natural lifestyle, and so it just kind of fit me. Another thing is that I'm not afraid of the pain or of the discomfort that comes with a natural birth. That's not something that turned me off, because it's a natural part of life. And I feel like that's something that a lot of women get scared away by is, oh, well, it's painful, or it's uncomfortable. Yes, you're absolutely right. There are pains and discomforts that come with natural birth, especially when you're feeling everything. But in my case, I am not letting that deter me from it, because I know there's so many benefits of doing a natural birth. For example, a lot of women that I've talked to who, and even just like watched videos on, and their birth stories, where they went medicated, a lot of them who have gone medicated and have had like the medical interventions, they just did not have the best experience, and it was very traumatizing for them. And for me, I'm really big on having a positive experience where you can. And especially with such a beautiful experience as bringing life into this world, it should not be traumatic. And honestly, it breaks my heart when I hear birth stories of women saying how they had a traumatic birth and that they want so different. And honestly, that's a big reason why I'm here talking about natural birth and labor and delivery and things like that, because more women need a better experience when it comes to their labor and delivery. And these babies deserve to come into this world in a situation and in an environment that's not traumatic. And through our birth plan, through the way that we desire to birth, we can achieve a more positive birth experience. But anyway, I got off on my soapbox. But yes, so going the all natural route, it's not something that scared me away because of the pain, because the medical interventions, from stories that I've heard, some of them, one, are very painful. Like, I've heard that Pitocin, a lot of women have had traumatic experiences with Pitocin because it makes the contractions really, really, really rough. Now, I'm not saying that this is for every woman, because I know there's women out there too who have not had any issues when it came to Pitocin, but just, there are a lot of women out there that I've heard of talking about how Pitocin really made things really rough for them. And also even epidurals. So an epidural is medication, obviously, and it's supposed to help women not feel the pain of labor. But I've heard of instances where it didn't even work, and now they've had this injection into their back and it didn't even work. Either it numbed one side, it didn't numb any side, or they got it too late, so it didn't have time to kick in. And so this is something too that I was like, eh. And honestly, just the idea of like a needle going into my spine just does not sit well with me. I'm also not the type of person that likes medicine. Like, I really don't care for medicine. Like, if I don't have to take it, I'm not going to. And so that's another thing. Like, I just didn't really have that attraction to the medical intervention side of of birth and labor and delivery. And I also feel that going the natural route really allows you, and feeling everything really allows you to have a deeper connection with your body and with your baby. And that may sound crazy, but it just really allows you to be in tune with your body and not numbed from the pain. And that's something that I looked at as very beautiful, even with all the pain and discomfort that comes with it. It allows you to really have that like mind body connection, and then that mind baby connection with your baby. And so that's another part of it that really stood out to me, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to run from this pain. One, I don't want it to be numbed. Like there's beauty in feeling everything. And again, I know that may sound so crazy, but there really is beauty in feeling it all, because it allows you to really tune in with yourself, to tune in with your body, your baby, and to bring them into this world in such a beautiful way. And it also shows you how strong you are. And that's another piece that did it for me, is showing you how strong you really are, because the fact that you can endure something like that, like it's like the hardest workout of your life. Like you go to the gym and think about how amazing you feel after an amazing workout session where you pushed yourself and you just sweated and your heart rate was up and now your muscles are all sore. Even though there's discomfort, I'm sure in those cases where you have workouts like that, you feel so accomplished and so amazing and so on top of the world. And you're like, wow, like I know I did my thing. And so that's how I look at natural birth, is like it being the hardest workout and getting through it and being on the other side of it and knowing that, wow, even though that was very tough or very uncomfortable and came with its challenges, I persevered. I came through it, and that's such a beautiful part to me. And above all, really just being in control of my birth experience is really important to me. And I'm not saying that you can't be in control of your birth experience being in the hospital or going other routes or having medical interventions, but just for me, being fully in control of my birth experience is very important. My husband and I had talked about doing a home birth, but with this being our first baby, we felt more comfortable doing it in more of a monitored setting, so in an actual birthing center. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So we're not at home, just, you know, away from everything. And then we're not at the hospital, which is not an environment that, you know, we wanted to labor in. We wanted to be very homey and relaxing and comforting to allow us the best space to labor in and to bring our baby into this world. When we were first talking about this, we didn't even know if the birthing center route was a thing. And honestly, I've talked to other women who are pregnant and did not know that birthing centers were a thing. So that was something that once I found out about, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I can, you know, be in a safe environment and still feel at home and still achieve an unmedicated water birth. Like this is beautiful. So that's the route that we're going for this pregnancy, is a birthing center, and they do have tubs to support like water birth. And so we are really looking forward to it. But these are really just my thoughts on why I chose to go the natural route. I know for so many women, their reasonings are different, and these are mine. I've always been the kind of person who has loved going natural with things, not afraid of a challenge, and really being connected with myself and doing things the way that nature intended for us to do them. Our bodies were literally, we as women were literally born for this, and so we can do this. And even though it may seem scary, our bodies are so much stronger than we may think. And so we just have to get out of our own ways mentally, get out of our way mentally, so that we can achieve what we actually desire and not let our fears get in the way. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe, and I wish you the best in your pregnancy journey.